Good morning, loves, and happy Word Wednesday. The word for today is tough decisions. There is going to be a time in your life where you are going to have to make some tough decisions. And these decisions are ordained by God. They are ordained by God. There's something that He told you to do. And a lot of times when you make these decisions, because they're so life-changing and drastic, people are not going to understand. Some people are going to reject you. People that you thought were your friends are going to fall off. They're going to talk about you. They're going to judge you. There'll be some family members that may not talk to you for a while, but you have to make this decision. I've talked to so many friends that have told me, God told me to do this at this time, but I didn't do it because I was scared or I was comfortable, or they just had different reasons not to do what God told them to do, and they suffered for it. Now, when they finally made the decision to be obedient, they were blessed, but in that time span of not making that decision, or not taking that step to make that decision that God told them to do, they had to suffer. They had to deal with things that were unnecessary because of their disobedience. I have a friend that recently quit her job. She was very high ranking in her company, had a great job. Just had a storybook lifestyle, and she decided she had to do something different. And I know that it was very hard for her to do, because when you make moves like that, people just don't understand, because they wish they were in your shoes. But when God is calling you to another level in ministry, life, whatever, you got to do what you got to do, because if you stay in that same place, you won't grow and you won't be fulfilled, and you're going to forfeit the abundant life that God called you to live. There's some people are just okay with staying on the same place for 20 some plus years. Some people are okay with that, and sometimes that's all they can handle. But when there's more on you and there's more in you, you have to do what God told you to do. You have to go where He told you to go. You're going to have to make the tough decisions. And if God ordained it, and I'm talking about God ordained decisions. So if God ordained something, who on earth can have something to say? Who on this earth can have something to say when God has ordained you to do something? So I'm saying this to say, if you're dealing with something right now, you're in a tough situation, you got to make a tough decision that God has already given you the answer. You just need to walk in faith and make the move. You got to take the step, because it's better to be in the perfect will of God than in the permissive will. So make the decision. God has given you direction. You just got to trust Him and walk on it. And I'm going to tell you this. When you make the decision, don't look back. Don't look back on those folks' Facebook pages that's not your friends anymore. They rejected you, or they're working for the same company and you want to see how they're doing. You wish everybody well, but don't look back, because Lot's wife, she looked back and you know what happened to her. So what I'm saying, make the tough decisions, stand on your decision, trust God, and just continue to just go in the direction that He's leading you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what everybody else is going to say. And also, I've had some friends that made some decisions, and their parents stopped talking to them for a while, but they came back around. When God tells you to do something, you can't worry about what other people are going to think about, because He told you to do it. He's the boss. He's in control. He made you. Other people, that your parents did help bring you into the world, but God made you. And those parents end up coming around anyway. But you got to make the decision for your life. Nobody can live this life for you but you. You got to make the decision, no matter what the cost. If it's a God-ordained decision, a God-ordained move, make the move. Trust Him and keep it moving. I love you all. I hope this was encouraging to you to make the tough decisions. This is your life. God gave it to you, and He wants to do more in you, more for you, and more through you. Be encouraged. Until next time. Bye.